Breakup and heartbreak. Healing from a relationship that has ended is never simple, especially when the connection was shaped by unhealthy patterns or emotional manipulation that created a trauma bond. A trauma bond forms when your mind and emotions become tied to someone through cycles of intensity, confusion, and instability. It doesn't always happen because the other person intended harm, but in some dynamics, especially those marked by manipulative or self centered behavior, the impact can be deeply wounding. When a healthy relationship ends because two people simply grow in different directions, pain is cleaner. It hurts, but it makes sense. You can move forward because there are no hidden layers. With a trauma bond, the pain is chaotic. You don't understand what happened. You're left with unanswered questions, and the other person may be unwilling or unable to give you clarity. The lack of closure can make you feel like you're losing your sense of reality. Jumping from one relationship to the next rarely brings relief. Unresolved pain follows you. It can spill into the next connection and the next and the next. Healing requires pace, time alone, or time with people who genuinely support you so you can reconnect with yourself. Time has its own intelligence. Some days will feel heavy, but overall, you move forward. Patience with yourself matters. Healing cannot be rushed. If the relationship was toxic, you may feel like you lost pieces of who you were. You may look at yourself and barely recognize the person you became. This is why distance is essential to remember yourself, to return to yourself. One of the greatest risks during healing is being pulled back into the cycle. Sometimes the person who hurt you returns, saying they've changed. Letting them back in can reset your healing completely, and you may find yourself starting from the beginning. Second chances sometimes work, but often they don't. And if a second chance fails, a third usually leads to a loop that never ends. Breaking up, reconciling, breaking up again. People who rely on manipulative or self focused patterns don't always return because they love you or regret losing you. Sometimes they come back simply to see if they still have access to you. If you let them in, they may disappear again because now they know you're still available if their current situation collapses. It's painful, but it happens. Some people use others for emotional energy, attention, validation, or whatever they need in the moment. It was never about love, it was about taking. They offer just enough affection to keep you from walking away. If you accept those breadcrumbs, the cycle begins again. The pattern is almost always the same: love bombing, devaluing, and discarding.